Hey everybody, this is William from the Godzilla Files coming at you today with a new character spotlight video. And today we're going to be looking at the news reporter Sakai. He is from Mothra vs. Godzilla, and this is actually one of my favorite films from the Showa period. One of the other reasons why I'm actually doing this character spotlight video is because the actor Akira Takarada is actually going to be at G-Fest this year, and this is my first year going, so I'm really excited to see him. But I'll talk a little bit more about G-Fest and everything else like that towards the end of the video, but for now let's jump right into the spotlight video. So one of the first words that I would use to describe Sakai is he feels real. This is a character that you can actually feel like you can bump into on the streets, and a lot of that has to do with the way he's written. He isn't written as a typical hero. I actually like that a lot. You know, when you look at the Showa period, there's a lot of stereotypes, whether that's the scientist or the hero or the alien. You know, they all kind of have the same characteristics. Sakai, even though he's a news reporter and we run into news reporters frequently in the series, he still feels like he was just picked off the street. Like, this is happening in Japan at the time. One of the ways they do this is they actually show him have self-doubt, and this comes across in a couple of scenes. You know, one of the biggest scenes is him talking about his articles in the newspaper. You know, he really wants to make a difference when it comes to the company holding Mothra's egg. You know, he wants public opinion to turn against the company, but he starts having doubts that that's actually even working. So, you know, it's an interesting scene because it's something that we rarely see in a Godzilla film. Most of the times when we're talking about doubt, it's usually characters talking about if the plan to defeat Godzilla will work. You know, they never question themselves and what they're doing. Another scene where he has doubt is actually when they're talking about getting Mothra to help. You know, he even says that they weren't able to get the egg back, so why would anyone help? He's being realistic, and again, you know, helps create a scene that feels more real. This is a conversation that you would expect to have with people, and again, this is what I think helps make him feel like such a real character. So even though Sakai does have doubts about things, that doesn't stop him from doing what's right. And I think this is really important. Throughout the whole entire film, he is always running headfirst into situations and always doing the right thing. And I think this is a really important quality to have. You know, he kind of represents the best of people, and yes, this kind of falls into more of the hero trait that we kind of talked about earlier, but I think this is good. You know, I think this helps balance everything out. You know, with the doubt, you need to show the follow through, and he does that. He goes to the island to try to get Mothra to help them. He might have the doubt that, you know, Mothra probably isn't going to help them, but he still does it anyway. You know, those are important scenes because it shows that he has a sense of what's right and what's wrong. That's why he rallies against the company so much, because he knows them holding the egg is wrong. That the egg does belong to Mothra, and that's why he's going out of his way to try to help the twin fairies. So again, all of this just adds into creating a better character. So I know I just touched on the heroic side of him, and this is something I want to kind of just talk about in a little bit more detail. You know, towards the end of the film, he does kind of fall into that hero role a little bit more, and the scene that really hammers that home is when he goes saves the kids and teachers from the island. So towards the end of the film, Godzilla heads off to an island where there happens to be students and teachers there. So he and a group of other people go to that island to save them, and he's the one that kind of leads them to the island. He says, you know, we have to go out there and save the kids. So, you know, he definitely plays that hero role, especially in that part, but it never seems forced, and it always seems to go with his character. So I think it actually works. You know, it's not something that's completely out in left field. So, you know, it definitely fits his character, in my opinion. The other thing that I like about his character is that he does have a little humor thrown in there, and, you know, some of it can be him just making a look. Or, you know, one of the funnier scenes is when he bangs his head on the bottom of the table. I don't know why, but I just find it really funny. I think he has a little bit of a humorous streak to him that we kind of see a little bit here and there. And again, I think it just adds more to his character. He's not just this serious reporter, which would kind of be a little boring, in my opinion. So going through all this, you know, he truly is probably one of the more fleshed out characters throughout the whole entire entire Godzilla series, or at least in the Showa series in my opinion. You know, he feels real. You know, I love all the things that he does in this film. It's a shame that we only got him for one film, but it also shows you that the Toho writers at the time could make great characters even if they only appear in one film, and he's definitely the testament to that. And without a doubt, he does make Mothra vs. Godzilla one of my favorite films. You know, the whole entire cast does, but he's a real standout in my opinion, and I strongly recommend checking out the film for his performance. Alright everybody, let me know what you think about Sakai below. Was he a character that you remember or that you like? And just your opinions on Mothra vs. Godzilla in general. You know, I'm always interested to hear. Maybe there's another character that you really liked in that film. But as I said earlier, I am going to G-Fest with my girlfriend, Veronica. We're both, well, I'm really excited. I'm sure she's excited too, but I am off the charts excited about this, to be honest with you. You know, we're all planning some stuff. She's planning to do some things. Hopefully she'll make some videos on it. You know, I think it's really exciting. She seems to be really getting into this, so you should definitely keep an eye out for her stuff. You know, this is my first time going, so I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, so I hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comments below if there's a character that you would like me to do, and I will talk to everyone later.